scientists have come forward saying, you know what, we've noticed you guys have a passion. Muko na ile taki waswahili wanasema hivyo, you guys have passion to conserve the environment, which is good and which we are agreeing 100% with. But yes, but there is a problem when it comes, you know, to the efforts or the way you are approaching these restoration processes. So scientists have been looking at how guys are doing restoration. Now, for example, you go to restore mangroves in a particular area, you guys would carry, you know, more than 10,000 seedlings, and you know, after the exercise, after the muddy affair, you'd come out saying, yes, we've planted more than 10,000 trees, we planted 5,000 trees. But scientists are asking you, you know, to look and analyze this particular situation closely. Why is that? Number one, they're saying most of the time when you go to plant these mangroves, we are planting species that are not supposed to be planted in these particular areas. So, you know, mangrove have several species. I believe there are like 4 or 5, if I'm not wrong. I stand corrected on that. So there are several species of mangroves. You know, sometimes, you know, you're going to plant certain species in an area where they do not thrive. And so this would mean, you know, they would be competing with those ones that are dominant in that area. And that would mean this would compete to get food, to get resources, and eventually it wouldn't survive. So they're saying many a times, according to their study, if people go plant mangroves in certain areas, those survival rates are turning out to be very, very low. Actually, they're saying it's about 30% right now. So they are urging you, when you go to plant mangroves, ensure you get the correct species. Ensure that you are planting these particular mangroves in areas that are not inhabited, or rather are protected areas. Sometimes human activity, you know, such as livestock keeping, sometimes, you know, people are going to fetch firewood in these places. These are some of the things you have to consider. Are you going to plant mangroves in areas that are protected from human activity? That is very, very, very important. Okay, this comes after scientists have done their study and have discovered that it is sometimes not good for the environment doing mass mangrove planting without the proper knowledge, without the proper species, without, you know, planting in areas that are designated for restoration. And that is not all bad news. You know, scientists are saying, for example, in areas such as Kwale, 45% of the area needs still restoration. Mangrove cover in Kenya is about 61,000 hectares. Okay, and more of it needs restoration. Okay, we've discovered that mangrove offer a lot of value. For example, carbon sequestration. This is where they get to store a lot of carbon in their roots. This is ensuring that we regulate our temperature, regulate the effects of climate change on our environment. So mangroves are playing a huge, huge role. And we as the people, we as individuals who are passionate about conservation, we as companies who are doing our corporate social responsibility, we need to get it right. Very, very important, worth noting right there, right?